if you're feeling like you want a bit of a boost and a confidence supercharge, then the next phenomenal catalyst of change is going to bring you just that. Another dear, beautiful friend, the amazing Anya Bloom. She joined our program about 2.5 years ago off the back of a summit that I ran, much like this one. And the Anya that I see in front of me today is very different from the Anya that I met all those years ago. And if you feel like there's another level of you, another version of you, another part of you that you haven't been revealing yet, for whatever reason, Anya is the best person to help you to come out of your shell, to start really truly living, stop living in that cocoon, stop hiding behind your idea, stop hiding behind your story. You're meeting your next best mentors throughout this entire process. And Anya has been such a phenomenal catalyst, not only for me, but for all of our members as well. She's part of our leadership team. She works with all of our members. And I very much hope that through this interview and through her chapter in the book, that you're going to experience that transformation as well. And maybe even reach out to her to support you on your next step of your journey. Let's get her up onto the stage, Miss Anya Bloom. Hey, Anya.
Hello. Hi. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I just loved your chapter. You know, I have the beautiful pleasure of being part of the creation and the editing of each of the chapters that goes into the book. So I get to read all the chapters before anyone else does. And I really loved your chapter, and especially the activity that you've built into the chapter. I think is going to be a game changer for every single person that reads it, no matter how big they are or how at the start they are. I think it has the power to truly transform everybody that reads your chapter. Anya, for those that don't know you or haven't experienced the power that is packed into you, I want everybody to know who you are. Why the Confidence Supercharger, though? Because that's a really powerful name and a very powerful promise that you're making in your name. Where did the Confidence Supercharger come from?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's evolved as I've evolved in the 2.5 years I've been with you, Sammy. And, you know, confidence isn't just about getting out there and being resilient and how you look to other people. It's an inside job. It's how you feel about yourself, your self-worth, your self-belief, how easy it is for you to be visible and get out there. And I find that lots of my clients, and me included, find that really, really hard. So Supercharger is a way to create that quite quickly, really. It doesn't have to be a long, long journey. There are certain tools and things we can do to really increase your confidence so you can be visible, you can share your message and be the change that you really want to be.
Yeah, it's so powerful. And like reading your story and having witnessed you go through this journey yourself, you know, you'd already done a heck of a lot of work before I even met you. And one of the things that I love that you talk to our members about and that I've seen you in action do is how quickly you can shift your state, how quickly you can go from feeling terror and fear to feeling confident and resilient and moving through those things that usually would have phased you, being able to go through life feeling peace. I've watched you literally change people in front of my eyes from that state to that state. All the experience that you have, you know, we tend to know you as tapping because you do quite a lot of tapping with our members. But that's not all you do, is it? Tell us a little bit about your journey of how you came to know everything that you know.
Yes, well, yes, the first modality I learned was the EFT tapping, and went on with a trainer, a very, very experienced trainer, Carl Dawson, to learn matrix reimprinting. And with that, you delve into the beliefs that we make about ourselves and the world, because we all have trauma, all things happen, but it's what you make of it that really is important. Whether it's there's something wrong with you, you're unlovable, or you're just going to fail at things, or the fear of judgment, we make those at a very early age. So that's always interests me, and I see it in other people, and I just think, I wonder what's going on there. And then I went on to learn the quantum energy coaching with Dr. Melanie Salmon, and I learned about the nervous system. So when we procrastinate or sabotage, we're not doing it on purpose. It's our nervous system keeping us safe, because we're dysregulated. We've gone into the amygdala, the back part of the brain. So the fear and the flight and freeze has taken over. And we can't be logical. We can't think coherently, which is the front part of the brain. So when I learned that was a game changer, because if I can help people really see overwhelm, what's going on with them, and coupled with the beliefs, and when we just come back to balance in our nervous system, then anything and everything is possible. So it's understanding how our nervous system works to keep us safe and protect us. It's doing a great job, what it did in the past, and it still thinks there's danger. We're still looking for that animal coming to get to us, that lion or tiger, and of course it's not there, but inside we had that fear of danger, which stops us in our tracks. So we just have to very carefully calm the nervous system, let go of those fears, and then we can tap in and rewire our brain with this new positive beliefs.
It's very powerful, isn't it, when you think that we have all of this kind of this technology is already in here. And but I also believe that even when you know all of this stuff already, that doing it to yourself is powerful, but having someone else who knows how to guide you is even more powerful. I know you do a lot of training. You've got audios, you've got things, especially in the book. You've created a video for all of our people that read the book to go through that sequence with you. So it feels like they're doing it with you as live as it possibly could be. Of course, we're going to really do it live in the masterclass that we do next year. But I think one of the reasons why it's so good to work with an expert like yourself is that, you're only going to be in your own mind seeing the problem in the way that you see it. And when you work with an expert like you, you know exactly where to go and where to take them, which is usually a track that they wouldn't have gone down, because you're so experienced after so many years of doing this that you know exactly where to take them. I've seen you do it. But it's not always the big stuff, is it? It's not always the big things like fear or overwhelm in the moment that can kind of haunt us and catch up with us. I want to bring us to a part of your chapter where you talk about this. You say, I grew up in an environment without unconditional love and secure attachments. I felt unloved, unlovable, and not enough. This contributed to me hiding my true self and living in fear for much of my life. Well, I'm going to take a guess that you had that happen to you. You lived your life, and then later in life, all of that stuff probably bubbled up, and it was kind of simmering under the surface. So any success that you would have aimed for would have probably been held back by the sandbags of all of that stuff that you maybe were conscious or even unconscious was even holding you back. So the reason I want to bring this up is because there probably are a lot of people who are watching or listening to this who are really unconscious about all that stuff, but seem to have this glass ceiling that they keep hitting, and they don't know why they can't get. Why am I not? I'm doing everything. I'm not attracting those clients that I want, or I'm speaking constantly, but I don't seem to be getting the conversions, or I'm at work and I'm constantly going for the promotion, but I just never seem to get it. Or whenever I go on holiday, things always seem to go wrong. I don't know why. I don't create it. But really we are creating in every moment. And so can you talk a bit about that, because you've got so much experience in that personally and working with so many clients on this.
So I'll start with personally. I didn't realize how frozen I was and disconnected with myself. You know, with tapping, we do a statement, we go, and then I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I thought, I can say that. Yeah, that's fine. But no, I had no connection in my body into my heart. I was so disconnected. And it was only on this, my own personal healing journey, that I uncovered these beliefs, because they're hidden. They're down in your subconscious. And from my own experience, you know, I was brought up in a very traditional way with nannies. My parents were very absent, didn't see them very much. And it was very much physical needs were looked after, and emotional needs were ignored. So we were left to cry, you know, only fed at a certain time, but not really given that assurance and confidence in who I was. You know, I wasn't brought up with that self-belief, and or even to think well of myself. And, you know, I felt very abandoned and rejected and unloved, and that there was something wrong with me. And that, you know, I did have some big trauma, and it resulted in a lot of shame, where I felt that I was the problem. There was something wrong with me, because we can't blame our parents or caregivers. So we blame ourselves. And, you know, at my deepest kind of painful state, I didn't even feel I had a right to be alive. You know, that's deep trauma embedded in me that I didn't know about. And so, of course, that's going to affect my life and everything from childhood growing up. You know, I was so full of fear and hiding and struggling, suffering. So it's been a big journey for me to let all that go. And I now have huge peace in my heart. You know, whatever has happened to you is all possible. And a lot of my clients, some have big trauma, some have little traumas, but they can still affect you, because your parent can say something in an offhand way, oh, not now, darling, I haven't got time, or, you know, or start judging you, and you think that you're the problem, and you judge yourself. And everyone has their own beliefs, and we uncover those. You know, there's something wrong with me, and I'm not worthy. And when we touch on those and uncover them and transform them, which is really easy to do, then the miracles start happening. I had one client who was so frightened of being judged by her family that she'd start things and be really optimistic and then not finish them. She'd stop in her tracks. When she realized it was that judgment and overcame it, it's like, well, I don't care now. I don't care what they think. I'm doing it for me. Or another client who couldn't get on videos because she wanted to be an actor and did loads of acting, but one time in a class, everyone started laughing at her for what she was doing. So I'm never doing that again. You know, that wasn't safe to get out there, because people laugh at me or ridicule me. Or, you know, another one had self-worth issues and couldn't get clients. And when we changed that, clients were just phoning her up, or people saying, can I work with you? You know, that's all possible when we uncover those beliefs and we form a connection back with ourselves. That of course we're lovable and worthy, you know, because of who we are. You know, we're born to this beautiful body, but we have a soul, and we are worth it and lovable and loving. And you come back to that state and find that peace, which I have found on my journey. And now, because of what I've experienced, I just really, it gives me joy to help other people find that as well. And they don't have to hold themselves back.
It's so beautiful, isn't it, to be that catalyst in people's lives, to the point that not only can you do this for yourself, but that you're able to do it for so many others, because you can't unlearn what you've learned. And you've been on such a journey. And I know that you've personally invested many thousands of pounds, dollars, and euros in yourself to learn from the best mentors in what you're doing. I just, there are many that I'm very jealous of you hugging David Hamilton for a start. I'm like,
yes.
I need to do that. That's going on my bucket list. But for those that are listening to this and thinking, well, you know what, actually, I have some blockages. There are some blockages, and I don't even know what they are. One of the things that I think people are most fearful of is, and certainly having run some big surveys about fear and what holds people back, physical black and white evidence of what I'm about to share. A lot of people fear having to revisit the issue. to have to move through it, move past it, bust through it. How true is that? Do you have to revisit it?
We don't need to revisit the trauma. We don't have to go back to that 3-year-old or 7-year-old and feel whatever that's going on. We go to get the information, the beliefs, and we release the trauma, the shock, the isolation, whatever. We release that, but in a very safe way. The different modalities I use, we always keep the person safe, but we just need the information, and we can let it go and rewire the brain and let go of the trauma. So I'd never expect anyone to go back and be that little person, because that's too terrifying and fearful, and we don't want that. No.
And because I think, for those of you that are tuning in, that are thinking that, well, there's something holding you back, but you don't want to have to revisit that. I think that's how you just answered that is perfect, because I know that you create safe spaces. I know, because I've experienced it. I've watched you do it for many of our members, that even in a group setting, you set a safe space intention that enables people and empowers them really to be completely honest with where they're at, so that they can move forward. There's no point in lying to yourself about where you are. For those people that are really they have something big and and they know that this is the elephant in the room, this is the thing that I know is stopping me and holding me back from whatever that next level is for them. What would your advice be to them about what would the first steps be?
Talk to someone. I would start talking, whether it's me or someone else they resonate with. Make that first step and have that conversation, because they'll realize they're not alone, but it's that isolation, that, I can't talk about it, the fear, the shame, you just haven't got any sense of yourself and not feeling enough, but reach out to someone is the first step. Know you can be supported along this journey, and it's your absolutely birthright to do this, to heal.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking about you launching your circles. You've got Supercharger circles that you're launching in 2025, which I'm super excited about. And there will be people that want to become part of a circle. There are people that will want your one-to-one attention. Of course, you do your one-to-one sessions, but I'm really intrigued about these circles that you're going to be running. We were brainstorming them in the last couple of weeks on the program. Share with everybody what's coming up. You might not have it all together yet, you might not have it all sorted, but where are you going? Where is the Confidence Supercharger going in 2025?
Yeah, well, I am also running one before the end of the year, but next year, because I love tapping in groups, because it's supportive. There can be so much healing. It's bigger. It's just bigger than the group, and something magical happens. We all get borrowing benefits, which is something Gary Craig, who invented EFT, talks about. Even if you're not tapping on your own fear or whatever, you get the benefits, the results. So it's like a win-win. So I love bringing women together, and I find that inevitably we all have the same issues, because we're all attracted to the particular topic. And we do some sharing and talking, because everybody needs to be heard and seen. We do some tapping, and we rewire the brain. We release some negatives, and then we do some positives. I do visualizations, your future, what are you doing, what are you creating, and meditations. And they're just, everybody gets results. Everybody lets go of something or let go of, and can move on with this supercharged confidence. So I'm really excited.
I love it, because I see that often, when you're running the sessions on the Invisible Impact program, what I see is like someone will say, well, I'm feeling this and I need some help with it. And, and we all mute and we're all tapping away, or we're doing the same thing that you're doing with the person on screen. And it is really fascinating how all of us really benefit from it, even though we didn't think we had the same issue that the person has that sat in the seat. It's amazing what you can shift without being conscious of it, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. You don't even realize it was an issue, and you're suddenly resonating with the words. Oh, yeah, maybe that is me. Yeah. Oh, I'm yawning now. Or yes, I can feel a shift. Yeah, that's so true.
So powerful. So Anya, we're going to be running your workshop stroke masterclass coming up as part of our Thrive in 2025 series. I'm very excited we're going to do that. And we're going to do some brainstorming about what we'll actually do on that session. But what's your idea so far? What do you think we'll be doing with everybody who buys the book, which, by the way, if you haven't bought it yet or you haven't shared it yet, that's the link to go to. Please share it across your social media channels. Take a little selfie of yourself right now with Anya and I on the screen. Share it out. Remind people to buy the book because they get access to all of these workshops for free as part of buying the Catalyst of Change book. So if you go to the impactcatalyst.com/change, that's how you can get access to the book. You can buy it on Amazon. I advise you don't go direct to Amazon though, because when you go through our link, you'll be able to get access to all the masterclasses and everything, and all the bonuses and the materials, all the stuff we're going to be doing next year. You'll get access to all of that, which you won't if you do it through Amazon. So go to that link and make sure you sign up. Anya, give us a little insight into what we're going to be doing on your session.
Yeah, well, it will involve tapping, so it's going to be interactive. That's why I call it a workshop. And we're going to look at an area of your life that you want more confidence in. Whether it's be more visible, have you got a big goal, and we'll release the top level, like the overwhelm, the fear, the doubt, like, who am I to do that? Feeling not worthy of it, whatever. We're going to release that top level and then tap into some really positive so that you're just full of clarity and confidence and you just can't wait to move forward. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun because we have, for those of you that have never been part of our universe before, we have a motto: if it's not fun, we're not doing it. Yeah. So it will be fun. We have fun on everything that we do. Anya, is there any last advice or inspiration that you'd give to all of our catalysts, our future catalysts who are watching this or listening to this right now? What would you like to leave with them?
Gosh, it's never too late to go after your dreams and your goals and desires. And there's always a solution. There's always a way of you coming back to yourself, connecting, feeling that love, and just reach out, take that first step today, whatever it is for you.
Oh, I love that. I love it. And of course, there's a next level in all of us, isn't there? I don't think we ever get to a place where we know it all, have it all. I think there's always the next thing. It's almost like I see so many people that they want it all, and then they get all the material wealth and are spiritually bankrupt. And having been in that position at the age of 38, just like, okay, I've got everything. What next? There could be people that are also watching this that are thinking that as well, or thinking, well, I thought that was me. I thought I'd done everything. And actually, I think you're right. There is a next level of me or my business or my idea or my career that is a good next level to go to. So thank you, Anya, for making the time to be with us today, and thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. We will be back with our next Catalyst of Change in the next few minutes, so maybe go take a little coffee break, put the kettle on, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you, guys and girls.
Thank you. Thank you, Sammy.
Bye.